Hello and welcome back to another video, and in today's video we're going to be drawing Banana Man once again. A while ago, I'm going to find it, I drew him as a little chibi version of himself right here in this little outfit. I like that outfit. I don't like the pants that much, but I like this outfit, so I'm going to try to do this again, but as an adult. It might not look exactly like it because as I flipped away, I've completely forgotten every single aspect of that drawing. But we're going to do our best. We're even doing pretty much the same pose. I just want to draw him bigger sized because I wanted to color one. And I was like, hey, if I draw a bigger version of that, I could try coloring that one. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to color it if it doesn't turn out that good. Or if I just decide I don't feel like coloring once I've finished this. But we might color this one. There's like no perspective on this. When there's no perspective on the chest, I don't need to add all this extra stuff. A circle is perfectly fine. Alright, so he's kind of bent a little bit. I got some references. I got a reference for the pose and a reference for boots because I didn't like the pants, so I'm going to try to give him boots this time. I don't know how that's going to work out considering I don't have the best track record when it comes to shoes, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. I'm sure I'll do fine. Yeah, sure, that's fine for now. We're going to do the rest of the body before we even worry about the legs. Alright, the rest of the body's done. Now time to move on to the detail. There's actually not that much for me to even do on this mannequin. Like, yeah, I can add the arms and do the anatomy if I really want to. Like, oh, here's some arms. Here's his arms right here and shit. But, like, a lot of his body is just covered up. So I don't really see the point in doing a large amount of his body. Like, we'll do this. There's his skin. There's his skin right here. We'll make a little cylinder right here for this arm, and we don't even need to worry about this arm. We're just going to go like this to make sure we don't do the same mistake we did last time, which was, if you look, he's got no arm right there. Like, that's the correct, but this goes to here. It's not even. I messed it up. It's because I didn't add the arm. I really like that drawing. Looking at it again, I really like that drawing. Anyways, we need to move on to this. We've got that arm. That's the extent of arm I'm adding onto that one. We should add where elbow go. Elbow go right here. So we'll go like that. This arm's a little thick, but not really at the same time. It just kind of looks thick because there's no, like, size to it, really. That doesn't make sense. There's no bumps and ridges to it. Whatever. It's fine. What are we doing? Drawing. Duh. What else are we doing? What do you do every single day? Alright. Hand. Yeah, sure. Here's a hand. Isn't it a beautiful hand? I'm not really too worried about the hands. They're just not a priority in this drawing. Go like that. And there we go. There's a hand. Is it perfect? No. Is it bad? Yeah, a little bit, but not really. It's fine. I want to just move on to the details. Should we add the pants? Yes, we should add the pants. Are we going to add the pants? I meant legs, not pants. And after a thorough not thinking about it at all, just making that noise, we're going to vaguely outline the pants because we think that we probably should. There we go. There's an outline, and here's going to be a boot, which we're actually going to have to draw, which I don't want to because I hate drawing shoes. But we grabbed a picture, and we spent like 2 seconds grabbing it, so we got to use it. That is incorrect. we're going to erase that, and then we're just going to deal with it when we get to it. Should we? No. No, you should not do this. You should make sure your little skeleton is like actually correct before you move on to adding details, because this is what you're building off of. It should be right. But I don't care. All right. This is supposed to be a little little pumpkin, but like right now it's just gonna stay as is. All right, go like this. And how is the neck? I don't remember how I did the neck. I think it was literally just like this and then a couple folds, which it'll actually have a hood. I just don't want to draw one right now. Because this cloak actually does have significance. Everything on this cloak, except for the pin, he had the pin himself. He put that pin on the cloak. All of it was actually given to him when he joined the main party of people. Which this cloak actually doesn't even... This cloak actually holds significance to the story before it was even given to Banana Man. Because the man who has no name yet, I just literally haven't given him a name, and at this point it's part of his character not having a name. So the man with no name, his brother had this cloak, and his brother died, and the man with no name took this cloak and started wearing it. But since Banana Man joined, he gave Banana Man this cloak during stuff I couldn't be bothered to figure out how to put in words. Things happened. Banana Man ended up getting the cloak, and now Banana Man has the cloak instead of the guy with no name. And Banana Man does not actually know the story behind the man with no name's brother actually having this cloak before him. He doesn't know that. No one bothered to tell him. He'll learn eventually, but no one bothers to tell him at first because nobody really puts it like much thought into it, because it just seems like something the guy with no name would do. All right. And Banana Man does keep this cloak for quite some time. I've redrawn this cloak and drawn it in many different ways. I've been trying to give Banana Man a cloak like since I designed him first. But his original outfit is overalls, which he does still wear those overalls. That is what he is wearing when he is first found in the story. Is just overalls. He's got a plain, boring outfit. He's not meant to have an interesting look to his character, because he's not an interesting guy. But as he joins the party, he switches his outfit up, gains more interesting things, and looks cooler. I'm gonna try to make him look cool, because I want him to. But I actually don't know. I might not try to make him look cool. I'm not entirely sure what I want for his, like, everything. I don't freaking know. But with his overalls and his sweater, which is what he normally wears before he joined the party, you can't actually see a lot of the character parts that he actually still has on him. Like, he's got scars all over his arms. You can't see those with the sweater. He's got a necklace, which is very important to his story, which you can't see because he keeps it under his sweater. So there's a lot under the character that you can't see until he joins the party and starts dressing differently. And that's intentional because I wanted his character to be boring and then be cool. Was I successful at that? I think somewhat. Not as much as I wanted it to be, but I think it still seems good. And I'm also still working on this story. I'm never going to stop working on this story. It's never coming out. So I'm never releasing any of it, because it's never any of it's going to be finished. There, we got the cloak looking all right. I've just been drawing this cloak, just drawing lines over and over again while I've been talking because I can't think and talk at the same time. All right. So I want to put more belts on him because I saw some dude dressed up fantasy wise and he had lots of belts earlier and I thought it was cool looking. So we're going to put lots of belts on him. Do these belts have a use? I will give them uses. The ones on his chest, they can hold potions, pockets, items, and his sword. Or, sorry, the ones on his waist. The one on his chest, I don't know. Maybe this could be to hold his shirt on. I don't really know. I don't know. I'll come up with an actual reason some other time. I can't just give a character like an item or an item of clothing and have something on that be not have a use. It annoys me when characters have like things on their character designs that are completely useless and like there's no reason for them to be there. That annoys me, so I'm gonna try and avoid that as much as I can. But obviously, I'm sure I'll run into instances where I'm not gonna avoid it just because it's cooler. Like for one specific character, actually, I need to completely ignore that rule that I've made up for myself. This looks wrong because he's too skinny. I need to fix that. Is he too long? How many heads tall is a person supposed to be? 7, right? His head's about that tall. Yeah, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I did something wrong here. That can't be right. That can't be right, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shit. I have no idea if I'm measuring this right, but I did it wrong. I also never measure, so I don't actually care. This just looks wrong, so I want to redo it. Anyways, what the fuck was I saying? I don't know, something about a character. I've got a character that I have to disregard, like making all of their stuff be actually useful. And I guess 2 characters actually, but one of them's just because I'm stupid. But it's because his power set, I don't know how to say it, works based on how cool people think he is or how cool he's being perceived. It's like some weird power. But yeah, that's how her powers work, so I need to just make him seem as cool as possible. But yeah, I'm not even sure if that person's going to be a main character. They initially were going to be a main character, but I'm not sure if I want her to be a main character anymore because I think he'd work better as just a side character that appeared in some points. Because he annoys me. She doesn't even have a name. I just call him 3 kobolds in a trench coat. It's a joke because of like he's wearing a cloak, and I was like, "Oh, you're just 3 kobolds in a trench coat secretly." So I thought it was funny. So that's what I call that one. But none of the characters in my freaking story even have names, and it was originally because I'm bad at names. So I just wasn't coming up with any, but at this point, it's gotten to the point where no one has names like at all. So it's just gonna be part of the story now. It's just part of the story, and the people who are in the main party are there for reasons, and all of them kind of have weird names. The guy with no name, I'm gonna come up with a name for him, but like it's gonna be a weird name. Like Tinker Tank, that's his name. Tinker Tank is Tinker Tank. That is what we call him. We call him Tinker Tank. Banana Man, we call him Banana Man. The only person with a normal name is Lloyd, and he dies. That's whose cloak this is. Lloyd was the big brother of the party who dies before the story starts, I think. He dies before the story starts. We don't see his death, but his death is shown, and well, the results of his death are shown throughout the whole beginning of the story because, well, he was a very important character, you know. He was one of the guys, like, pretty much actual brother. They're not actually related, but they're pretty much brothers. And then he just kind of took care of everybody else that was in the party. A couple of the people he actually took in and convinced them to join the party. Which the party was bigger and has had more members than it will start with in the story, and it will gain more members and lose more members. That kind of looks like a carrot. Trying to draw a boot. I don't know how to do this. But all the members of the party kind of joined together in joint interest of they have nowhere else to go, so they just go together, because why not? If they have nowhere else to be, nowhere else to go, they can travel together, have fun, go enjoy life, do good things, and that's what they try to do. They do accidentally stumble upon lots of things that they shouldn't, in turn of doing whatever they want, whenever they want, and just having fun on their journey. But they also do lots of good things and lots of unfavorable things. And there's a good mix of characters just to explore the morality, to make them all fight, because there are different people. I want them all to fight each other and get mad at each other. Alright, what are we doing? I don't know. I don't like these pants. I don't think I'm gonna draw this one because I don't know how to color these color this one because I don't know how to color frickin' pants. Alright. I don't like these boots either. If I didn't draw these boots, I would honestly like this drawing much better if I were to have just cut it off again at the boots. I've done that multiple times, and I will do it again, because I hate drawing shoes. I really need to practice drawing shoes. Also, I've completely forgot what I was even talking about, and I lost the point of what I was talking about while telling my story, so I don't know if I was trying to get to a certain point or anything. I genuinely have no freaking clue. If I was, we're not getting to that point. Alright, what now? I mean, that's pretty much done. That looks pretty good, but I kind of want to clean it up a little bit. And he doesn't actually have an end to his shirt, I just realized. He's got another belt. And that's it. This kind of looks like it's a skirt if you look at it. Alright, where does his torso is right there. So his belts actually need to be raised up to like right here. Because he shouldn't have a belt there. He's got two belts like that, but I don't actually want that. I want the belts crossing, because I just think that's more interesting. Alright. There we go. I just heard someone volunteer me to do something. I will not do what they want me to do. I am drawing right now. Alright. There we go. Sure, that's fine. What a beautiful thing that is. We could add things like the ends of a belt. We could add little holes in the belts. We could add little, I don't know, buckles on the belts. we can just add things onto the belts to give them detail, because, well, they need detail. We don't just want them to be black, do we? No, we do not. Except for this one. This one can be black, because I don't know what its purpose is. We forgot to give him a sword. That's fine. I don't like that leg at all. How long is this video? Probably way too long. Oh, it's only 20 minutes. Oh, it's not as long as I thought. Well, we're going to fix this, and then we're going to cut to time-lapse, because I'm going to clean this up a little bit. And, well, you don't get to hear me talk while doing that. There we go. Alrighty. As you can see, I use my tiny linies. These little markers. I used them. I have not used them in quite a while. I had fun messing around with them. There's lots of shading, lots of places. Did it need to be in all the places I added it? Probably not. But I enjoyed doing this. I don't know, if you think I should use these more, you should tell me. I'll do it. I'm gonna use them more anyways. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I had fun doing this. Goodbye. I don't know why I'm acting like I'm in a hurry. This video is short. Subscribe.